right, getting settled down here. Uh, all right. We're gonna get this going. Gonna get it going. Hey, good morning, everyone. Just want to tune in, coming in live from Planet Jones, where I make my own decisions, kind of like Bobby Brown. It's my prerogative. It's your prerogative. You can do whatever you want to do. Good morning, Mimi. How's it going over there down in sunny Orlando? How's the weather down there? I'm missing it, but I'll be back down there soon. So that being said, the title here is, who else wants to raise money in their communities and help eradicate poverty in your town, right? So what are we doing? What is going on here? Why is everybody in my group excited about the opportunities? Why do they have a clear path, a clear vision now to coming up out of their situation, from being able to walk away from a job, me showing them how to become an expert in what it is that they do, showing them how to lay down their body of work so that they can actually pull together their own, what we call tribe, right? Everyone has special gifts, special innate abilities about them, and you have people that will relate to you on many different levels. So how do you harness the power of the law of attraction? Well, there's some steps that you have to do, and it's taken me years to learn it, but I'm now able to actually create the life of my design on demand. I know how to create things instantly now, and it wasn't something that was easy to come by. But here's the thing: the omens were always around me. They were always around me, just like they're always around you. If you look at it, just say hi this morning. You don't have to be a stranger. I don't care if you're a hater. If you want to say something negative, put it down. Also, we can have discussions about your negative energy, and how you always, the way you do anything is the way you do everything. So, hey, what's up there, Jennifer? So, every single morning I just wake up with this feeling of expectancy, right? I wake up with this feeling of knowing that the plan that I've laid out, and it is a plan. It is a plan that I've laid out to actually not just help myself, but to help others along the way. And that's something that I am definitely proud about. So with that being said, good morning, Jennifer. With that being said, good morning, Mimi. I think I said that right. Yeah. Sometimes, like me, I gotta write stuff down. I forget what happens sometimes. And, I want to address that. I'm going to come back to what I just said too, right? And I think that this is going to really bless some people. And I'm just jotting it down now, because when you get old, you start forgetting stuff and you got to write it down. But I'm not old. I know that. I'm vintage. I'm a fine wine. I know it. I really, really know it. But yeah, with that being said, we talked about raising money in the community. Guys, there's a specific way that you do this. There's a specific way that you have to be set up with a company, and you have to have a good team around you. I remember I want to say over 10 years ago now, a guy came to my real estate club and he was talking about the stuff that I talk about now, the community development. And he had a team around him, and they knew how to go and get the money. And I was like, man, that is hot. How do I do that? I didn't want to be some regular investor, Joe the plumber. I didn't want to be none of those guys. I wanted to be the dude that was doing the community development projects. I wanted to be that dude that was telling me that was tapping into government money. And I was like, wow, how do you do that? How do you do that? But they wouldn't tell us. They wouldn't tell us. They didn't want to let the cat out the bag. And so I had to settle for being Joe the plumber, trying to fight and figure it out and claw, and deal with the 40 investors at a time. And I didn't have the experience. So now I knowing what I know now, 10, 15 years later, I see why I lost those deals, because this is the thing. We only know what we know. You only know what you know. Sometimes this is my circle of trust. Sometimes this is my circle of awareness, right? So it just depends on who I'm talking to at the time. Right? So we have to understand that no matter what we think we know, no matter how much we think we know, it's still only in this little circle. Or with most of you, it's in a little box. Right? It's in a little box. So you have to get outside that little box. And listen, I can't stay inside of a box, man. That's just not who I am. Man, I'm going to be in a box when I die, for I don't know how long. But for life, while I'm living, I'm not in no box. I'm sorry. I can't be in a box. I'm going to be in a box long enough when my eyes close for good, or at least the body, right? So, with that being said, there were many people who reached out that were saying that, hey, they felt bad for the people down in Columbus, Georgia, and the apartment building that we've taken over, and people want to make a difference. And I believe that, because I believe that we're givers by nature. All of us, we're givers by nature. So I'm actually today, by the end of today, there will be a site set up for people who want to make donations. And let me just make this crystal clear. I have a nonprofit organization. Real nonprofit. You can go look it up with the IRS. You can go look it up with, the state. You can look it up with whoever you want to look it up with. But I have a real life nonprofit that's no different than any of these guys who have churches, no different than someone who has a woman's shelter, no different than Habitat for Humanity. Real life nonprofit. So through that nonprofit, this is how I make a difference. I make a difference by collecting funds, being a community organizer, hosting galas, secret auctions, and whatever ideas come to my head. So with that being said, if you are interested in doing something in your community, we're going to put a page up, and this is for this particular project that, it would be great to be able to have funds coming in to buy shoes for the kids, or to buy food, or to, Pampers, whatever the case may be, while we're going through this, because there's a period that you have to go through to actually get access to the money that's allocated to the cities, that's allocated to the states. So while I'm here now, I'll be back in Atlanta towards the end of the month. But while I'm here, it doesn't stop. Like, I have a team. I have Marcus. I have Latoya, who's going to be leading, Joshua, and our new people who've just come into the group. So there's going to be something for everyone to do. And I want you to understand that, the things that I'm doing, I understand that I'm blessed to be a blessing to other people. And sometimes we get so caught up into the show, right? When I say show, I mean the people that are actually doing things. Like, because in every group that you have, you're always going to have the cream that rises to the top. And typically what happens with that organization, or it could be a sports team or a live band or whatever, but let's just take a sports team. Let's take something like basketball, where you had your Kobe Bryant or your LeBron James, your Michael Jordan, right? And they're so good at what they do, and it comes naturally. It just comes naturally, like leaders lead, winners win, right? It comes so naturally that just by them doing what comes to them naturally, other people stop and stare. People on your own team will stop and stare at your greatness. And that can slow some things down, because now people are in shock and awe and in amazement looking at the superstar, saying, wow, I appreciate them, I admire them. But what you got to understand is that after the superstar scores, after he dunks, he's running back down to the court, the other end of the court, to play defense. And the other people are still looking at him and watching him. And he runs right by them to go back and start playing defense. Then he makes a steal, and he throws it to the guy who's already by the other basket because he's just watching. I don't want that to be you. I don't want you to just watch. I want you to understand that you have greatness inside of you. I want you to understand that whatever it is that you're looking for, it's looking for you. So you don't have to be trapped. You don't have to be stuck in a position, in a situation that you don't want to be in. Matter of fact, Jennifer put an awesome post out on Facebook yesterday, or I think it was yesterday, about settling. And do yourself a favor. Go check it out. It's on my page, but you can just go to Jennifer West Granahan and subscribe to her page also. And we have a whole bunch of people that are coming through that are on my team that's going to be doing the same thing, laying down their body of work. And anything that you see me do, just check it out. I mean, forget about your personal thoughts. Just check it out because success leaves clues, right? You didn't make it in here or you don't like me for whatever reason. Check out the things that I'm helping other people do. Because at the end of the day, I could care less if you like me or not. I'm built for this. I'm Jones tough, all right? I'm Jones strong. So look at the things. If you don't like me or believe me, look at the works of the people that are around me. Now I'm telling you, there's some talented people already without me. But I'm just here to push them along a little bit. Hey, I've been down that road already. Turn left. It works out better for you. All right? So with that being said, how do you do this? How do you raise money in a community? It could be your community, a community that you've never even been to before. How do you do these things? You know, I've spoken to a lot of people, you know, that have told me real estate's not for them. But what you have to understand is it may not have been for you as a landlord, right? Because maybe you didn't know what you were doing and you messed it all up. But once again, is it possible that there's some things that are floating around, right? Floating around outside of your circle of awareness? Absolutely. I already know it. Is there stuff floating around outside of my circle of awareness? Absolutely. No matter how big my circle of awareness expands, there's still so much more on the outside. There's still so much more that I can learn from the next person. Good morning, Mary. There's still so much more that I can learn from the next person. So, even for the person that says real estate is not for me, I want you to understand that there's different levels. There's different levels, guys. And what you learned or what you quit at or what you failed at on the bottom level is not all that real estate is. See, we have to understand that God's not making any more land. Not making any more land. So to say that you don't want to get into something that you don't fully understand, which will provide not only you a great life, but it will provide the opportunity for you to make the change that you say that you want, and you can be in control of it. You can have your ideas. Hey, let's do it like this. Hey, you can have people take you seriously. Wow, you're into community redevelopment. Wow, that says a lot about you. You're not Joe Investor, that Joe Shark investor that just wants to kick people out of their homes and so you can make a profit. Well, on the flip side of that is me, the redeveloper, the real estate developer that says, let me go into communities to fix up these blighted properties, right? I'm not trying to kick people out. I'm trying to build so that I can put people in and give them a better lifestyle. That's what this is all about. So now during the what you got to understand is, you see, number one, don't judge people, right? You don't judge people, because you never know what they're going through. You never know what something that you think is bad that they did. Well, what if the universe said, I had to test you, and I had to make sure that you went through this, that I had to make sure that everything you said you wanted, that you could handle? Is it possible that that's outside of your circle of awareness? Is it possible that it's not a devil, but it's the universe saying, you know what? If you want this, I need to test you, because I need to make sure that you're battle tested. I need to make sure that you're battle scarred. I need to make sure that when all hell breaks loose, that you know how to handle it, and that you'll stand up tall so that you can represent me. Is that possible? Absolutely. So with that being said, think about working with us. Think about the difference that you can make in your community, right? The difference that you can make in your community by just stepping out. Stepping out to do something that you've never done before. Because I can tell you, when I got into this business, when I left my job and started doing it full time in 2006, I had no idea of the person that I would become. You see, this journey in life is not about where you are right now. It's not about holding your head down based off of the experiences that you've had in your life, not playing the blame game, not being the victim, not being attached to people, places, and things. And when you let that go and just let God, let it go. So what he messed you over? So what she's not there? So what she said she'd be there from the beginning, or he said he'd be there from the beginning and he didn't come through? Well, that's not for him. It's for you to strengthen, to know the difference when something good comes in your life, that you can recognize it. Don't keep letting somebody pull you down from the past. That's something different. All right, I digress. Use real estate to set up a foundation in your community. Set up the structure of your company right. Let people know what you're doing. Put a press release out. Reach out to your editor of your local newspaper. Let them know what's going on. Start sending them out letters. Get a relationship with them. This life, your life, is determined by the relationships that you have with other people. That's why it's important, super, super important, for you to not be at the bottom of the economic platform. See, we can't help people in the manner that we're intended to help people from the bottom. Yeah, you can do a little bit. Yeah, you can. Somebody's short $20 here. You can let them borrow $20. You ain't gonna get it back anyway, right? That's just how it is at the bottom. You're not gonna get it back anyway. You can let somebody borrow a cup of sugar. Yeah, that's good too. Yeah, you can go pray for me. Yeah, that's cool too. But what if you loved yourself so much that you decided to go on a personal journey of personal development, to learn the laws of the universe, to strengthen you, to build up your courage, to build up your confidence, so that you don't have to depend on anybody else, that no man can hold you down, or no woman can hold you down. And that's one of the things about me. I'm going to just put this out there. I don't want anybody dependent on me. I don't want you to think that you can't win without me. I want you to know that you know that you know that I've given you, not fish, but I've given you all the equipment that I have. Here's the fishing pole, here's the fishing rod. Use this one in salt water, use this one in fresh water, use this one in the pond, use this one in the bathtub, use this one in the kitchen sink. So that you can feed your family for a lifetime. That's what I'm about. I don't care. You can take my information and do better than me. I'll be great for you. I love it. I love it. But See, what you gotta understand, I'm gonna jump into the real estate with the raising of money. But what you gotta understand is that people at the bottom, yeah, they want to see you do okay. As long as you're not doing better than them. When you start to do better than them, and they just think, little inkling, this much inclination that you're about to do better, that you're about to leave, that you're about to rise up, that you're about to fly. As soon as they think that, oh man, they're going to take your weaknesses and they're going to remind you about your past and they're going to do the emotional dump on you. They're going to dump their negative energy on you so that you don't leave, so that you don't fly. They want to keep you as a black sheep. They don't want you to be a black lion. And inside of your heart and your brain and every soul fiber down to the white meat, down to the bone gristle, says that this truth is your truth. And it says, I don't want to be a black sheep no more. I want to be a black lion. I want to escape. I want to get up out of here. I don't want to be reliant on someone else. I want to be self-sufficient. I want to be self-reliant. But only when you start your own personal journey. Forget about religion. Forget about times and dates that you gotta be here. You gotta do something. You gotta put money in this. No. My experience, and not just mine, the people in my network, people that I call associates and friends, who I had to elevate to their level so that I could pick up on the frequencies that was on that level, because it's a different dimension. Am I making sense? You understand? Personal development is so important. And if you don't know what you don't know, you're gonna get hurt. You're gonna get hurt. You're probably already hurt because of the things that you don't know. Because of the things that you just take that somebody else says, like their story, and you just believe it about yourself. You just believe it about life. That's why I've put together this dream that I've had for years ago is back, and it's alive, and it's on steroids. It's reloaded. Pieces of a dream. Pieces of a dream. Look at it up there with me. You see it? You see it now being a conduit to getting where you need to go? Do you see it as help? Do you see it as a hand up? You see, when you're around people that are up, they're not thinking about pulling you down. They're not thinking about reminding you of your past. They're not thinking about making you think that you're insufficient and knowing that you're going to believe them because they know that their negative energy is stronger than your positive energy. And every time you try to get up, it's like the thermostat set to 68 degrees. As soon as you start to heat up, as soon as you start to listen to some messages, as soon as you start to get around the right people and you start living this and you start feeling it, they're going to turn your temperature back down, and that gauge is going to kick in, that thermostat's going to kick in, and it's going to drive you all the way back down to the people that you're associated with. And once again, Jennifer, you said it best. Are you sleeping with the enemy? You just might be sleeping with the enemy. You think it's love. When it's lust. When it's someone who doesn't support your dreams. Doesn't support you, and you make up every excuse in the world to stay there. When you do that, that's a sign of low self-esteem. And you say, no, it's not a sign of low self-esteem, Caesar. No, it's not a sign of low self-esteem, Jennifer. I see the cage, the trap. You're in the steel trap and you don't even know it. You're a prisoner of your own mind. Actually, Jennifer, me and you can do a personal development thing together. We're going to do that in the seminar. We're going to get up at top, do the Budweiser hot seat, put people on the hot seat that are making up excuses for their lives. You know what I'm saying? We're going to change the game. I'm telling you, we're going to change the game with these seminars. People want this. People want to be challenged. They want to be challenged by not the bull, but by the real deal. Good morning, Jake from State Farm. No, you're not from State Farm. That's not Jake from State Farm. Oh, hell no. What's up, bro? People want the real. That's why I have the real people around me. People who are action takers. People who I see their gifts so clearly. And I believe that when I help them, they help me. You guys don't even know, like, if you never got a chance to get into this group, and I know you didn't because there's only a dozen and a half people in there, to see what's going on back there, I'm telling you, you've never seen this before. You've never seen so much positivity in your life before on a consistent basis. Every single day, positive, uplifting, things to help you set your business up, things to set you free. I'm telling you, people are waking up and they're like Tony the Tiger, and it's great. Wouldn't you like to wake up like Tony the Tiger? Wouldn't you like to go from black sheep to black lion? Come on now. Oh, God, you just don't know the life that you're letting slip by your hands waiting for tomorrow. LaToya said it best. Today is forever. There is no tomorrow. Stop letting people sell you on this dream for tomorrow. Live your life today. Live your life out loud. Live your dream now. Oh my God, excuses be gone, excuses be gone, yes. The energy is contagious, yes. Because this is from when you go from believing, just believing is not enough. See, we need the steroids on there. We need the jet fuel. We need the rocket fuel. We need to go from just believing to knowing who we are. That's what this is about. That's what this is about. So, with that being said, what is this excitement all about? Well, it's an excitement of knowing. It's an excitement of knowing that I've written things out years ago and knowing that they're coming to pass, knowing that it is now, that it's today. I don't wait till tomorrow. Because the things that I do today will always determine my tomorrow. But if you're just looking for tomorrow, that means you don't have a plan for today. And if you don't have a plan for today, I can tell you what your tomorrow is going to look like. It's going to look like yesterday. It's going to look like yesterday. Good morning, Miguel. What's going on, JCG family, POD, Pizza Dream, Joe's Capital Group. Man, listen. I'm just led. Like 9 times out of 10, I don't write things down. And people say, well, why don't you write it down and memorize the script? I'm unscripted. Some people say that's no good, but it works for me. It works for me, and I'll jot down some ideas as they're coming in my head, but I can just look at an idea and then go off with like 30 different things that are around that idea. Well, that's not traditional. Well, I'm not traditional. I'm special. Yeah, I'm special. Yeah, I'm a king. Yeah, I'm a god. Yeah. And some people can't understand that. Oh, he said that he's God. He said he created. Man, y'all just don't have a clue. You don't have a clue to what the universal laws tell you. You don't have a clue. Even in the Bible, it says ye are gods too, but you don't believe it. You don't believe it. You're walking around as servants when you're a God. You're walking around as servants. Oh, Lord, I'm a servant of the Lord. But he didn't ask you to become a servant. He just said to live and walk in dominion. All right, back to the title. All right. Who else wants to raise money. So when we talk about going back to community, people say, real estate's not for me. I tried real estate. I don't want to be a landlord. Well, it's not about being a landlord. That's the lowest level possible of real estate. See, because real estate really does set you up for financial freedom. It sets you up for true wealth. It sets you up to do whatever you want to do, when you want to do it, how you want to do it, where you want to do it, when you know how to do it the right way. Now, the people who are with Jones Capital Group, they're going to know how to do it. They know how to do it the right way. They're learning how to do it the right way. And I'm laying it down. I'm the living live proof. I'm the living example that a kid can come from welfare, come from the projects, come from a victim of child abuse, emotionally scarred. Like, what's your excuse? There is none. There's no excuse for anyone. Pastor Chris over there, what's going on? Good to see you. There's no excuse. Like, I get so tired and I get frustrated and like you see, here's the thing. And this is what I love about like what I teach on personal development. I don't have to filter myself in a manner that a pastor would have to. You can't really say everything you want to say, but in my world, like I say what I say what I need to say. Thank you very much. Thank you. At the end of the day, I honestly believe that the church is a vital component to helping people who are struggling in communities. I really believe it. I don't believe with a lot of things that I see going on, it pisses me off. You guys know that. I don't switch up real. But there are people out there that really have a heart for people. They're pastors, ministers, bishops that really have a heart for people. But my goal, my assignment, what was prophesied to me 15 years ago, I'm looking at it come through now with the people that are in my circle and understanding now the prophecy. I know God spoke to me through this man. He said, what you have is not inside the church. It's not inside the four walls, but it's of God. And I didn't understand it back then. I'm like, well, what does that mean? But he said this, the Lord spoke through this man and said, but the church will come to you because of the financial blessing that's on your life. That's heavy. That's heavy. Man, honestly, I didn't think the reason that I know that my dream didn't manifest earlier was because I didn't have the faith inside of myself. See, the blessings that happen to us, they're measured off of our faith. I didn't get it back then. The reason that God couldn't work through me is because I didn't believe in myself. Somebody's got to catch this. Somebody's got to catch this. The reason that it took so long for me to get to where God intended for me to be, where the universe intended for me to be, is because of me. I didn't believe it. I couldn't figure it out. I was scared. And as soon as I tried one little thing and it didn't work, I quit. This is real. No one has to be broken. No one has to suffer. Yes, you have to believe in the God in you. And, it really let me tell you something. Can I be real with you? I'm gonna get off of them. We're gonna go back to how to set up the money for your community, how to get the income. But I just want to say this. For those of you who I shared my story with, I'm gonna tell you why I get angry at the stuff I see in church. As a little boy, the first woman that I'm supposed to fall in love with was my mother. And I can remember like being 5 years old, 6 years old, 7 years old, the struggle, the pain, the lack, welfare, government cheese. I remember I was going to Southfield Village Community Center, Stamford, Connecticut. At the community center, waiting in lines with like 100 people in front of us, me and grandmother, waiting to get some eggs, waiting to get some cheese, waiting to get some milk. And I'm sitting there and the voice inside of me keeps like this is not who I am. So my grandmother loved God. Oh my God, and I love that woman to death. My mother loved God. But I watched her, as I watched many people do in the Christian faith, talk about it, but not be about it. So I would hear her, she made me just read the Bible over and over, and every day, 5, 6, 7 days a week, reading the Bible, but she's abusing me. Like abusing extension cords, closing my eyes, shut down. I had to be taken away from home. And this is hard for me to say because it's like, that's my mom's. But I watched her live a life that was totally opposite of what she believed. And I watched this woman who I love with all my heart not go after her dreams, settle for being on welfare, not working a job, working the system. And it just created something inside of me and it made me hate that. And like, that's not going to be me. I'm not going to talk about the goodness of the Lord and have nothing to show for it. So I started searching and I'm searching. And I'm like, I hear the voice leading me. And it led me to different places. It led me to Okinawa, Japan, where I got a message over there that I know it was God. It led me to Yuma, Arizona, where I got a message over there and I know it was God. And it just kept leading me to different places. And this is the pieces. This is the pieces of a dream, guys. This is it. And I just want to show people. That's why I put this group of people together. They're all over the United States now. They're scattered all over the United States, and all of them are black sheep. And now I've taken my failures of real estate. Remember, they tried to put me under the jail for something that I didn't do. And it's like, damn, if I didn't have any money, you wouldn't be talking to me right now. Because I'd be in prison with all of these other dudes who were innocent. Yes, Brother Chris, Pastor Chris, he was ordering my steps. But I didn't understand it, and this is what a lot of us go through. We have these men of God and women of God that, not everybody, I don't think everybody's bad. Trust me, everybody's not bad. It's like every real estate investor's not bad, every black person's not bad, every white person's not bad. I don't believe that. I'm way smarter than that. But when you come out and see our seminars and I really go into the full story of understanding how I went from one of the worst housing projects, bars on our windows, roaches, rats, everything. This is why when we went out to the house down in Columbus, like my soul like almost died. Like it was a flashback for me. It was a flashback of where I don't want to be. But if I didn't go through those things, I used to hate my mother, man. I used to hate the things that happened to me. But as I'm older and wiser now, like Solomon, right? As I'm older and wiser now, I understand not only how to package my gifts, I understand the power of meditation. I understand how to use the universal laws, the law of focus, the law of intention, the law of cause and effect, the law of compensation. I know how to use them now. in my job, in my message, because now, see, I had to go through this fire. I had to be swallowed by this whale. Because you see, a lot of times, like, people think things are the devil. But if I just believe all things work together for the good, I keep saying that. I always focus on the positive. I used to read these scriptures, so they would always pop up in my mind. Even when I was going to kill myself that night, I had the knife ready to pull it through my chest with the big bottle of E&J. And it's funny how God would use people that He used someone that I didn't even like, my ex mother-in-law, because I called home to tell my ex-wife, my wife at the time. I called home to tell her to tell my son that I love him. Because I was ready to go out. I was going to check out. Bridgeport, Connecticut, about to check out. She starts crying and hands the phone to her mother, who we don't get along. Period. She says, "Go ahead and kill yourself, you no good." See, she's not even supposed to be in my house. That's how it was back then, being real. We didn't like each other. She judged me from the days when I was drug dealing in the streets. But God just so happened to... God just so happened to have it that the lady that I despised at the time, more than anything else, was the woman who tells me, "Kill yourself, you no good." And I dropped the phone. I grabbed the biggest steak knife, whatever knife that we had. I was getting drunk that night so that I wouldn't feel the pain as I killed myself. And He used her to say those words to me that made me drop that knife, put down that bottle. I was over by the water. If anybody knows that area where Wonderland of Ice is in Bridgeport, Connecticut, I used to live on Hawthorne Street right over there. And I walked down the hill and killed myself that night. And I told God, "It's over. I'm sorry, it's over. I can't do this no more." He used my mother-in-law to say what she said to me. And without even realizing it, I said, "What?" All I could think of was, "Why are you in my house?" I dropped the knife, I dropped the bottle, and I was right down the street from my house, and I walked up the street. I walked up the street to kick her out. But somebody's got to catch this. If she wasn't there that night, this is how God uses everything. All things work together. All things come together. I got up to go curse her out and kick her out personally. But I forgot about killing myself. So when I'm talking, please don't ever think that I don't believe in God. I've heard people up here say, "Oh, you're the devil. This is sacrilegious." I just know some things that you haven't been privy to yet. And I've done some things that you haven't done yet. See, because we all are in different lanes, man. I can't be looking over at this person to see what they're doing and judging them and saying what I think that God has in their life, because that's a personal journey. And you can say, "Well, dude, you was wrong for saying that." But if I didn't say it to this lady, if I didn't speak those words, see, God knows everything. If I didn't speak those words, I would be dead about 10 years now, 12 years now, however long it was. So there's a process that we all have to go through. And this is why I just seek and I listen to the words, and I know the voice. I really know the voice of God. So I'm not going to do anything to ever jeopardize that again, because I've done some foolish things. And the people that really know me be like, dude, you need to write a book. You need to have a movie. Well, guess what I learned from Mr. Schwab? He taught me how to do the movies also. Just like he taught me how to do the apartment buildings. He taught me how to change my life around. Like that dude, right before, he died within a year. He had cancer. And he poured all of this into me. Billionaire, owner of the Orlando Magic, original owner. He was a big time real estate investor, bought apartment buildings. So the things that I'm doing, I didn't just pick this up off the ground and say, let me try this out. It's transference of wealth. It's thinking like a bank. And I actually have applied everything that I said, and it turned my life around, not just financially, spiritually, emotionally. I love myself. Oh, I love me some me. I don't have to worry about mama's love not being there. I don't have to worry about the ex-wife's love not being there. I don't have to worry about people not accepting me because I know who I am. I know who I am. And now I know, like, wow, I could have had this a long time ago, but I didn't go through the stuff with my mother. I didn't go through the stuff with the city when the lady saying I tried to rob her for money and we did it through an attorney's office, and I'm freaking out like, how can this be? How can this be me after I've built this? I've served my country. I've done all of these things. I'm like, wow, how could this happen to me? And I see, my ego was in the way. Some of y'all don't want to hear this. My ego was in the way. And God couldn't use me. He couldn't take me to the highest heights with my ego in the way. So these things that happened wasn't no devil. All things work together for the good. I had to crush the ego. I had to kill the ego in order so that I could connect directly and be in the presence of God, so that I could display the fruits of the Spirit. Come on, man. When you understand it, like when you really experience it, when I'm not going off of what grandma's testimony is, I'm not going off of what mama's testimony is, when it actually happens to you, when you actually discover that you have all the power inside of you, you have everything that you need, you have the full armor of God, you can do whatever you want, you can create your life, you are a co-creator of this universe, you, stop waiting on God. God is saying, I'm waiting on you. I'm waiting on you to get it. I've sent this person and you still didn't get it. I've sent this person and you still didn't get it. Every great man that I send, you kill him. This is what I'm trying to tell you. It's like, dude, ladies, gentlemen, like, come on, you have it. You have all the power. You don't have to keep waiting. You just don't understand it. You have the keys to the kingdom. Yes, you do, but you don't know which one goes to the lock. You don't know which one, so you're dying in a lobby because you're just believing and you don't really know that you know that you know that you know. You don't really know this, that you know that it's God and He's giving you every single thing that you need. Everything, but you won't get around the right people. You keep hanging around haters. You don't do what He's telling you to do. And when He does tell you to do it, you don't understand the laws of the universe. So you don't understand by the simple fact that He's put the thought in your mind. That's the confirmation that you need to go forward to let all of your dreams come true. And you don't get this because you let fear go through, or you talk to somebody that's failed before and they said this won't work no more, and you believe them. And then when someone like me comes along and tells you how it really works and shows you the proof, shows you the house, shows you the money, shows you the faith, shows you everything that you need, you don't believe me. Oh, he's crazy. Yeah, I'm crazy like a fox. I'm crazy like a fox. I don't even know where that came from. Like I was supposed to talk about something else. This is why I don't write stuff down a lot of times. Because what I want to write down, Lord, here it goes. Lord, tell me what to do and I'll do it. Tell me what to say and I'll say. Tell me where to go and I'll go. That's my prayer every single day. That I believe that's why I don't write stuff down all the time. Because if I'm going to really let God use me, if I'm really a conduit, if I'm really going to lead people the way that He wants me to lead people, I got to have faith in His word. I got to understand what's going on. And
Coal has to go through the fire to be converted to diamonds. And so many people judge other people. But what you're doing when you judge them, which goes against the scripture, right? What you're doing when you judge someone is you're taking a snapshot of that person at that particular time when they're going through their trials and tribulation, and you're saying that's who they are for the rest of their life. But you don't understand that while they were going through things, they were in this cocoon like a little caterpillar, and God is just working on them and renewing their minds and giving them the faith and the strength and the courage that they need to go on, because quiet is kept. The very people that they're going to have to do battle with is the other people that say that they love the Lord and they say that they're Christians, but they're the first one that's going to judge you. They're the first ones who are going to talk about you. They're the first one to go pick up the phone and say, did you see this in the newspaper? They're the first one that's going to carry the negativity. They're going to carry it on out in the name of Jesus. That's why I don't like this fake stuff, y'all. I can't. I don't resonate with it. It doesn't make sense to me. That's why I said, you know what? I'm going to let go of everything else and I'm going to focus on God. And He's going to break me down and He's going to build me back up and He's going to put the right people around that catch this. So that's why I just live life on my own terms, and I'm just so thankful and I have such a level of gratitude and I respect the real, and that's what I do. So, going to get the ushers and the elders to pass around the plates. Right? It's real though. Hey, back to the community. Wow. Somebody needed this. It's not for me anymore. It's for other people. I know my role as a leader. If you're looking to raise money in your organization, especially if you already have a nonprofit, well, what you have to do now is, number one, make sure, I know it's easy. I know that you can set up a nonprofit on the Secretary of State website, but a lot of times people don't finish it out, right? They don't go through and actually apply to the IRS because they think it's a tedious process. They think it takes too long. But I'm here to tell you now that the process has been shortened by the IRS. It doesn't take 6 months anymore to get it done. You can literally get yours set up in probably less than 30 days. I did mine in less than 30 days. All right. So I have my EIN number. I have that letter of eligibility that you're going to send out to your donors. Like I have all of that stuff. I have that. So what I do is, what I'm doing in my group, we got a private group in the back. You guys probably know that. You've seen me with Marcus. I just came back from Atlanta. I'm going back. We're setting up another office in Atlanta. Detroit, I have John. You'll see John with me tomorrow. He's flying in from Dallas, right? He's going to look at the landscape here because when I tell you this, if you're the wealth that I've never seen anything like in Detroit. So even now, like my little brother Jake's coming out here with me too, right? And I know that my family will eventually be out here too. So we're going to stack our money in Detroit. And then you can take your money back home to your community and do what you want to do, right? But get the money here while it's here. It's a gold mine out here. You know what I'm saying? Back in the 1800s, 1865, gold rush, people would leave Massachusetts and take their horse and buggy to go to California because that's where the gold was. Everybody throughout your Bible, throughout your Quran, throughout, anything that you're reading on, whatever the religion is, people got up and they moved. And even if you can't physically move right now at this time because you have other things going on, well, I'm here. We can do business. Marcus and I have done business and we never met each other until this past weekend. So you guys got to get out. Well, what if this person steals this? Well, that's your mind. That's you. That's the way you think because you would do that. Real people, positive people, people that understand the laws of the universe, that understand karma, that have been through some things, they're not thinking about that. You're thinking about that. And I understand when you understand the laws of the universe, when somebody speaks something out of your mouth, that's what's in your heart. So if you are thinking negative and this can't happen, well, I'm going to keep doing it with the people who don't think like that. I've hand-selected a team, and we closed on a 12-unit apartment building. This guy's got 15 units in the last 30 days under him. He's creating wealth. He's walking away from his job. He's going to do seminars with me. He's going to do consulting with me. He's going to do this, everything that I know he's going to do with me. And not just him, other members of our group also. I got some women that got
got Mary here. I got Latonya here. I have Jennifer. I got some solid women too. My God, that I would bet everything on them over most men out there. Because they're going to make it happen. No excuses. Tell me what to do, and I'll do it. Make sure you're set up. Yeah, with me, it's like a roller coaster ride, right? It's like this energy, just transference of energy, and it's crazy, and I love it. I love it. Set up your nonprofit. Get it registered and everything. If you need help with that, call me. Let me know. 313-406-4284. That's my office number. The phone is right there, right? Well, it's one of the sub-office. Not Starbucks. That's the mobile office. Not the GM building. That's the main office. Not the Atlanta office. That's the main office in the Southeast. So as we just continuing to grow, like, who else could this be? It's not me. See, all this stuff is designed because I've already been to the bottom, and you guys, some of you guys know my story. But this is the ultimate story, see, because it wasn't a setup. It was a comeback. It was a comeback. I'm like LL Cool J. I'm like, don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years, right? Once you set up that LLC, you're gonna then go and apply to. There's another form that you got to apply with the IRS, and they'll actually help you through it. It's that packet 1023, right? 1023. And then once you get that confirmation, I now have databases of donors. I now have, I know where to get obviously, a lot of people know where to get the grants at. Not obviously, but people know where to get the grants at. Now, because then you become a community partner in your neighborhood, right? Wherever you're from, you go in and you find out how to become a community partner, which will allow you to come in and get first dibs on all of the real estate, all of the blighted properties. And the city will actually sell you. When you gotta know how to talk too, right? And you gotta say that, listen, I want this property for $1. See, I go in and I say, listen, this is what I want. This is what I'm here for. And I speak with such confidence. I'm not saying, well, can you do this? I heard somebody told me there's money sitting in the county. No. Listen, I'm here to get the excess proceeds money. I'm here to get the properties that you have. I need the database. I need these properties we want to pick up for $1 because this is the plan. See, now it's back at 2 and 2. Write it down and make it plain. This is the plan right here. This is the plan. We're going to do A, B, C, D. We want to give back to the community. We want to partner with the community. We want to set up a meeting with the mayor. We want to blah, 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 blah. We want to do all these things. And people look at you differently. They're like, whoa, where are you from? Where are you from? I'm not the city, but what world are you from? Guys, speaking of that, one of my mentors was Dr. Miles Monroe. Taught on kingdom citizenship. Kingdoms, understanding that you are royalty. Understanding that you are heirs and joint heirs. Understanding that you are co-creators in this world. So you sit down to the table like you belong there because you're royalty. And some people, oh, he's arrogant. Oh, he's this. Oh, he's that. No, you've never seen a black man who's come from the hood, who's been through the fire, and who's fully confident and knows that he's backing him. And he knows that whatever he says that he's going to do because he's going to ensure it. He's going to brag and he's going to boast on the name of his manufacturer. And you're going to know that it's him that sent me because of the works. All right? So for those that don't get it, that's cool. For those that get it, let's go. That's how it is. So, if you'd like to be a part of what we're doing, I'm setting up chapters in every single city that I have people inside of our organization. We raise private money. I show you how to do the whole private money fund. When I first got into this game, I learned how to do this, and I raised $2.4 million in a weekend. That's what helped me go and start doing the deals because it's all about having the private money. Guys, we cannot, as leaders, listen to me. You have starters and you have finishers. And you have to let your flock know that, listen, I know that, don't get mad. Don't get jealous when these finishers come through because these finishers are going to want to help us take it. They're going to be like Tom Brady. They're going to help take us to the finish line. All right. They're going to help complete this comeback. But this is all in the name of God. It's not in the name of me. This is the universe coming together, working with me through him, through us, because we're all conduits. I can't do it by myself. I've taken you far as I can take you on my own. Now we're calling in the cavalry. Now we got the backup coming in. Now we got some black lions coming in.
And I open and I welcome, I'd love to come out and teach, in your organization, in your nonprofit, help build your community up, help give confidence. A lot of times, even in the church world, we have a lot of guys that have been in and out of jail and, they don't come to God until they've actually been through something. Maybe it seems like there's nothing else to do, but in the back, even though they're getting that great word inside of the ministry, when they come out, reality kicks back in. Reality says, well, you're an ex-con, you're a felon, you can't get a job. And a lot of these guys can't get a job and they're so gifted and talented, but it's because they're not supposed to have a job. They're supposed to be a business owner. They're supposed to give back. They're supposed to teach the other young men how to do this. They're supposed to show them signs of success so that other young men and women can see this and strive to be that way also. So, my team has a meeting tonight, 8:30. We have our meeting. And we're just going to keep doing this. We're going to keep getting stronger and stronger. If you're interested in donating to the project down in Columbus, South Georgia, we will actually, I'll have a page up later on for that. You are donating to a real nonprofit. If you're anywhere, you know anybody that has a burnt down property, I'd like to talk to you. Maybe you could donate it to us and I can give you a write-off on it for the full value of that property, right? Because you've already gotten paid by the insurance company, right? We know how the game goes, right? This can be done in every single community around the country. And as you're empowering people, they're going to come to you. They're going to gravitate to you. This is why you see my proteges and partners actually doing videos on YouTube, because they're building their body of work, because I'm setting them up to be leaders. They're already leaders, just setting them up for the world to know it now, right? Just the world needs to see. We're already leaders. We're already creators. We're already royalty. The world just has to know it. And there's a certain formula that you have to do to package this. So, with that being said, guys, my mouth is getting dry. My stomach is growling. You know I love Shark Tank. Mark Cuban, Mr. Wonderful. Mr. Wonderful, like, you're dead to me. How can I make money off of that? I want the royalties. I don't care what you sell, Mr. Wonderful, right? So, listen, if you want to reach out to me, if you feel like this is something that you should be a part of, this whole movement is called Pieces of a Dream. It's a corporation, Pieces of a Dream Corporation, because everybody has a dream. Everybody has something that they had in their heart of hearts that God put inside of them. It's called an assignment. It's called your purpose. And, we all represent a piece, and you got to understand, and I understand that I can't do it all by myself. I understand that God works through people. I understand that it may not come the way I thought it was going to come. I understand it may be some dude who goes off on tangents, but he keeps his word and he does what he says and he stands up for what he believes in. And even if he has to go against the grain, he's going to do it, and he's going to listen to that voice, because his prayer is, Lord, tell me what to do and I'll do it. Tell me what to say and I'll say it. Tell me where to go and I'll go there. And I have the confidence now because I've been through some things. And a lot of you say, well, this happened and this happened. Well, would you want somebody who, when all hell breaks loose, when things are about to go down, they don't know what to do, they run, they hide, they jump back? Come on, you want somebody that's got your back. You want somebody that's on your side. At least I did. I come from the streets. Well, this is what the streets taught me. These are the rules of the street. Not regular street, because the streets, they'll snitch on you. I'm talking about some real-time mafia laws. I'm talking about, listen, you bring that person in, and if they not good, man, whack them. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta step up. You gotta hold your weight. If I put you in a position, don't just stand there looking around, waiting for somebody to do something else. Get up! Get up, because I think you're a leader. I know that you're a leader. You just don't know yet because you haven't been through some things and you're afraid to make a mistake. But I'm telling you, if you don't make no mistakes, then I can't deal with you, because I don't want a perfect person or somebody that thinks they're a perfect person. So, with that being said, guys, if you do need some assistance, once again, I'll put the number right up here, right now. I'm talking. Alright, so that's the number right here. I'm not here all the time. If I don't answer, leave a message and I will get back to you. If you're looking to take your organization from here to here, to there, We can do this by using real estate as a conduit to get to wherever you want to get to, using consulting. A lot of you leaders out there, you just talk and you give your stuff away for free all the time, but you need to have a consulting business also, especially if you're somebody that other people look up to. You need to know how to package it, right? You need to know how to turn your passion into profit. And one of my gifts is I can sit down and talk to anybody for 5 minutes, and I can get right to the core, and I can pull it out, and I can show you how to take your passion, and I can show you how to turn it to profits. That's what I do. Been doing it all my life. Just didn't recognize what my talent was. So now that's why when I talk, most of the time I'm getting paid, right? You see my thing on my Facebook page, I get paid to talk. And I think a lot of sometimes people on here, I don't even know who he is, or you're just talking, but people pay me big money to talk because I take action. And at the end of the day, people want to see results. People are tired of the flim flam, no fluff, no magic beans, and no smoke screens over here, no lies and no alibis. Listen, if I mess up, I'm going to tell you I mess up. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to mess up. Because I make more mistakes in one day than some people make in a lifetime, because they're afraid to go for greatness. And when you're reaching for your greatness, you got to understand that you're going to fail forward. You got to understand that you're going to fail forward. And so many people are afraid to fail because the school system has taught us this. And when you stick up your hand and you try to say your answer and, it's the wrong answer, they're like, no, that's wrong, that's wrong, that's wrong, that's wrong. And you're being told that's wrong, that's wrong. So finally you stop raising your hand because you're afraid to be wrong. You're afraid of what people think. That's called the ego. And when you get how to kill the ego, before you know it, you're standing in the presence of God, you're standing in the presence of the universe, and you're saying, just use me. I don't care what it looked like to other people. I've been on lives and I started crying in front of other people. It wasn't a plan. I ain't trying to get nothing from you. Just things happen. I'm real. And some people appreciate that. Some people really appreciate that. If you appreciate that, let me know. All right? Let me know. If you're looking for a way out, if you have a nonprofit organization, if you have a church, you really want to put the pieces together, you really want to be that community leader, and this is only going to attract more people to you, because now you're putting them in a position to win. See, we can motivate them, but after we motivate them, they still need a plan. You motivate them and then it's a back at 2 and 2. You motivate them and then it's a back at 2 and 2. You motivate them and then it's a back at 2 and 2. And you motivate them as they write the plan. You motivate them as they're realizing their dreams. Because if you don't do it, they're going to go somewhere else and get it done. They're going to seek it somewhere else. They're going to find pieces of a dream. Because I do infomercials. I do commercials. I do Facebook advertising, YouTube advertising, Google advertising. They're going to see it. So why not? Why wouldn't you be a part of this umbrella that we have, the Pieces of a Dream Corporation? Why wouldn't you be a part of this umbrella so that now you can get the information first, disseminate it to your crowd? I come in and back you up, show you how to get the money. Now you're helping people with what they need also. They need that word, but they need a plan also. They need to know how to execute. They need to get the confidence. Women, they need help. Our women are following weak men. Men don't know how to be men anymore. When I see a grown man and his pants are down to his ankles, and I see a woman walking with her, that says a lot about him, but it says a whole lot more about her. So now if we help her, we build her up, and we give her the education, and we show her what to look for. Now we take this man and we show this man how to put a plan together to double their income every 2 to 3 years. Now he's got the confidence. It doesn't matter. There's no more chop. There's no more abuse. He's not beating up his woman because he's frustrated and because he doesn't know how to make money. You see, money's not the root of all evil. The love of money is the root of all evil. Money is good for what it's great for. And for somebody that says, I don't care about the money, yes, you do. Because that money will allow you to get your kids, your loved ones, the best education, the best medical care, the best vacations, the best of everything that you want. And if money didn't matter to you, stop working. Stop working. One thing you got to know about me. I understand what money is. Made a ton of it. Lost a ton of it. Made it back. Lost it. Made it back. But what I understand now, this wisdom I have, no one can ever take away from me. And it doesn't matter how many times you fall. It doesn't matter how many times you fail. It doesn't matter who's counted you out. See, at the end of the day, whenever things go wrong, a lot of people are going to get down and they're going to protest and they're going to march and they're going to pray. That's cool. That's cool. But it's different levels, different dimensions. I want to be that guy that can call up the mayor, say, yo, mayor, look outside your window. They're protesting. Again, what's the real problem? What does it take to eliminate this problem? At the end of the day, leaders, at the end of the day, pastors, bishops, prophets, prophetesses, somebody's got to write a check. At the end of the day, it takes money to make change. And if you don't take advantage of opportunities to get me now, or somebody like me now, or somebody to help you now, it's going to be just like the parable of the man with the talent. You see, because this master gave 3 different guys basically some money. It's like, listen, I need you to make my money grow. And if this isn't important, why is it in the Bible? See, there's a message. It's not just a story, there's a message. Now, remember one, I'm not going to go into the whole story right now, but the guy who got the 1 talent, the one piece of gold, the 1 piece of money, he buried it. He buried it. Guys, you got to catch this. He buried it. It's everything that was left in his control. But watch this. The master also knew what he was capable of. So he didn't give him 2 talents. He didn't give him 5 talents. He gave him 1 because he knew our Creator knows what we're capable of. So all these people running around, I'm going to be a millionaire. I got this blessing. I'm going over here. I can do that. No. Let me tell you the truth. What have you done with the little stuff? How's your credit? Oh, no, he didn't. If you're not going to handle the little things, how in the world do you expect God to set you up as a father that's all-knowing? Why would he set you up for failure? The way you do anything is the way you do anything. The way you do anything is the way you do everything. Guys, I'd appreciate it if you help me spread this message, if you help me get it out to the masses. For free, right here on Facebook. I really appreciate that. I pour into this so much and I give it everything that I have. Somebody needs to hear this. But remember, some will, some won't. So what? Someone's waiting. And I'm waiting on the person that's waiting on me. Actually, I'm looking for the person that's looking for me. I know my gifts. I know my talent. Let's bring ours together. Let's elevate. Let's show the world. See, I don't do stuff on a little level. When I put a plan together, trust me, it's coming for the world. The books are coming. The products, the CDs, the audio, they're coming. I'm working behind the scenes. The seminars, they're coming. See, if you're affiliated with this, you can be a promoter for this. You can get paid for promoting for this. I pay 30% of the room out, so we come in and we come through it one night and we were $100,000 that night. You just made $30,000. That's how I do it. I want to make sure that I'm not going to give you a piece of fish. I'm going to give you all the tools to catch that piece of fish over and over and over and over and over and over again. And let me tell you something. Real men and women of God. That's funny when I just say that, but that's the church side that I grew up in, because we're all men and women of God, because there's one universal mind, there's one universal being, regardless of what you choose to call it. But how about for my real people that catch this and that can see the omens, because the omens are around us every single day, and we choose to walk past them. Or maybe we're not enlightened at that time, or maybe we haven't been through enough at that time. But when you get sick and tired of being sick and tired, you're going to find me. You're going to find me. You're going to reach out to me. You're going to call me. You're going to talk to me. We're going to put a plan together. I'm going to come out and help you with that plan. And we cause a ripple effect. And at the end of the day, we brag on our creator. We brag on our manufacturer. Right? That's what it's about. That's what it's about. Utilizing tools, free tools, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, LinkedIn to get our message out. And I believe that when this gospel is spread, I'm one piece to the puzzle. Pieces of a dream. I'm one piece to the puzzle. All of you are different pieces. All of you bring something to the table. Someone is always waiting. That's right, Jennifer. It's more than just real estate. That's right, Mary. Bro, I see you, bro. Yeah, it's the fear, Mary. You said it right. It's the fear that stops us. And it's amazing because the very same people that are in church, backflips, running around like Usain Bolt. There's so much confidence inside of those four walls. But when you strip all of that away, and it's mano on mano, mano y mano, one-on-one, you in the mirror, what do you do then? What do you do when the fear stops? What do you do because you've never done something before? What do you do when you set out to do something and you stop and you have to ask yourself, well, why did I stop? Well, the reason that you stopped is because there's no file of success in your mind. You got to understand the subconscious mind, what it's set up for. It's set up to keep you comfortable. It's set up to keep you where you are. Your comfort zone is your failure zone. So whenever I hear someone say they just want to be comfortable, I know you're gonna get hurt. You won't experience the financial blessings that God has promised you, the prosperity and the abundance. You won't get to it, and if by chance you do, see, your mind is your thermostat. Your mind is your thermostat. That's why you have to renew your mind. You can't think the same way that you thought because it's got you where you've gotten to. And if you keep doing that, you're going to keep getting that. It's just so much deeper than church on Sunday. People want to build empires. That's why you guys have made Empire like the #1 show, because you want to build an empire. But when somebody's really here showing you exactly how they built their empire, giving you the blueprint, you don't pay attention, you don't got time, you're too busy living your life that you don't have time to create the one that God intended for you. Had people that have had opportunities trying to slip in through the back door on something that I know will change their life like that, because I've already taken 15 years and I've made all the wrong turns, and so that you don't have to. I know exactly what works in this real estate game, and I know exactly what doesn't work. I know who's real out there, and I know exactly who's not real. None of these guys are jumping on a plane to go visit somebody that's doing something to help pour into them so that they can provide for their family. This is real to me. Sometimes I feel like the Tupac of this rap game, of this real estate game. Because I'm going to keep it real. It's like really this savage life. Like my brother's company. My brother's got a new company, clothing company coming. The savage life. You understand what a savage is? What they go through, what we've had to go through, why they call it savages. Come on now. Come on now. You mean to tell me that your spirit doesn't recognize truth when it hears it, but something inside of you still says, I'm going to wait, I'm not going to do it, I'm going to pray, I'm going to ask this person? Well, the reason that you're here in front of me, the people that are on here, the reason that you're here in front of me is because you are ready, because you're hearing this message because it's your time. You don't believe in yourself and you don't get it, so you blame things on other people and you play the victim and you never walk into the greatness of God, and you go through life and you're giving all your money away and you're hoping and you're waiting and you're hoping and you're waiting, and before you know it, they're gonna be a tombstone that says she waited too long.
Legacy has got to be important to you. Your legacy has got to be important to you. I hear people say, oh, I can't take the money with me. It's not, you don't understand money because it's not meant to be taken with you. It's meant for you to show your family, the next generation, and the next generation, this is how you do it. This is how you keep it going. Look at the Kennedys. Look at Andrew Carnegie, Dale Carnegie, Carnegie Hall, Carnegie Libraries. Man, that man is immortal. But you don't get it. You don't get it. You're living for today only. And I went back because I said it is about today. But you can't just live for today. You're working today to take care of the future. You're not waiting till tomorrow to get started today. You're actually getting started today. It's like crocheting, right? It's like crocheting. You take the little knitting thing and you know what it looks like at the end. You know what it looks like. You read in the Bible, you know what's promised to you. You read in the Quran, you know what's promised to you. Whatever you read and you know what the end result can be for you because you believe in it. But I want to take you from just believing in it to knowing that you know that, like I know that I know. That's why I walk in expectancy. I walk with a power. I walk with authority. I speak it. I live it. I breathe it. Savage life. That's right, bro. And it takes a certain somebody. Come on. It takes a certain somebody to say, you know what? Whatever I believe in, if I believe in Christianity, if I believe in Allah, if I believe in Buddha, well, I don't care less. I just want you to understand that the voice has always told me that the kingdom of God, the kingdom of heaven is within. And it's spread out all through the Bible also, these disciples. And if you read the Bible, the disciples, well, Lord, where is this place going? Where are you going? Where is this heaven? Where is it at? How do I get there? What do I need to do? Do I pack? What do I tell the family? Well, hark. The kingdom of heaven is within. It's within you. When you know thyself, when you know yourself, you know God. And the people who don't know God, see, now this is not hard to figure out. All you gotta do is listen to a person now. Just listen to their words and you'll know if it's God. See, they can tell you that they're God. Even in the Bible, it says that these false prophets are going to come to you. And it doesn't just mean the man behind the pulpit or the woman behind the pulpit. It means the people around you in your circle that's holding you down. And you're following them. And you're listening to them. And you become them. When someone's talking to me or talking about somebody else, I listen. My grandmother always told me, Mama Jones said, dog that brings a bone carries a bone. They do it to them, they do it to you. So I just listen to people how they talk, and they can talk this God and talk this Jesus and talk this Allah, talk this Quran, talk whatever you're talking. I'm too wise for that. I don't care about what you say. Maya Angelou says when a person shows you who they are, believe them. So you're not going to fast talk me. The people that I attract, I listen to them. And I know. I have to go back and pray again. I know. Because I understand myself and I understand the God inside of me. And a lot of you have been practicing church and you still don't know yourself. So busy worrying about what somebody else is doing. So busy trying to do background checks on other people, and you need to do it on yourself. You need to find out who you are because you don't know who you are. That's why this sounds foreign to you. How can you pray to a God when you don't know who you are? So how could you pray to something to give you something that you say that you want when you don't even know who you are and what you're capable of? That's why when the opportunities come in front of you, you freeze up because you don't know what you're capable of, because you don't know who you are. But you're praying to God to bring you to things that you haven't taken the time to learn who you are, to learn about yourself, to learn how far you can go, to educate yourself, to add value to the marketplace. And do you see how it can't work? Because you're going against all of the universal laws. You're putting out karma. calling on all negative vices, and you're attracting it back into your life. So it must come back 3 times more, 5 times more, 10 times more. Man, I've been on here for an hour and 25 minutes. I thank you guys who hung in with me. I guess maybe I'm saying something right. Maybe you recognize the spirit inside of me. Your spirit recognizes my spirit, right? My soul honors your soul, right? Namaste, right? Ashe, right? Guys, let's stop thinking that we only have the answers. Let's stop thinking that what we have inside of our little box or our circle of circumference. Let's stop thinking that our level of awareness is almighty. Let's stop thinking that we and we alone only know how God operates. Let's stop judging other people. Let's stop separating people. Let's walk in love. Let's focus on love, because what you focus on expands. What you focus on expands. So let's forget about what this person did or this pastor did or this person, the prophet did. Let's let it go. Let's focus on love. Let's focus on helping one another. When you see someone down, talk about them. If you can't pick up, listen, my grandmother said to me, if you can't say something good about a person, keep your mouth closed. Keep your mouth closed. Stop the gossip. Stop the gossiping. Stop the division among people. Let's make everybody feel wholesome. Let's make everybody feel inclusive. And I believe that when you segregate, like we're doing this segregation in religion. It's like crazy to me. Why are there like 5 churches on one block? There's one God. Why is this one God saying different things to different people about the same thing? It's crazy. Like just think. Like seek wisdom. Learn to meditate. Learn to meditate. See, because when you pray, that's all we've been taught is to pray, 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 pray. Once again, selfishness, the ego, us asking God, God, I want this. God, I need this. He's not a magic genie. This is not I Dream of Genie. This is not I Dream of God. I just rub it. I just rub it. God, I don't do the right thing with my money. I'm about to get foreclosed on now. I didn't open up none of the letters to do the workout package for the house, but now they're coming tomorrow. God, I need you. Let me run to the church now. Hey, I need you. I'm about to lose the house, the kids, but you didn't handle it from the beginning. Maybe I'm crazy, right? Like a fox. This message needs to be preached. I like saying preached. This message needs to be taught. And it is. I've taken the personal responsibility to make sure that this message goes out. I've brought people in. When I was doing all the saying, hey, come in by the 28th, it wasn't just about real estate. That was never the plan. The plan has been a complete dream. Pieces of a dream. You got a piece. I got a piece. He has a piece. She has a piece. And when we finally learn to come together, see, I just don't believe nothing's going to change in your lives when you're separating people. I don't believe it. The voice tells me that it won't happen until we have true unity, until we truly love our neighbor. So now it doesn't matter if Jehovah's Witness, doesn't matter if it's a 7-day Adventist, doesn't matter if it's a Muslim, doesn't matter if it's a Buddhist, doesn't matter if it's an atheist. You love everyone. Because God is 100% love. Pure, unadulterated love. And if someone is wrong in their beliefs, love them. Don't discard them. Love them. And what they will see is, please share this with your friends. Please, guys. What they will see is God through you and your love.
your unconditional love, your fruits of the Spirit. And you're going to hold them to you. Let everybody else practice separation. In your church, practice love. Homosexual, gay and lesbian community, show love. Atheists, show them love. Because we're all on a journey. We all want the same things. Trust me, we do. And the people that say that they don't believe in God, it's because maybe one of the reasons is because of what they're seeing from the church. Because of, we don't have to get into that, right? We know what people see. We know what's been going on. And I've even been a part of the division, and the voice has spoken to me. God has spoken to me. Said it's not about that. It's about love. And I can admit when I'm wrong. I tell you, I'm real with this. I'm real with this. So all I do is guys, if you're meditating daily, that means you're tapping into the universal mind, the mind of God, the mind of whatever you call it, nature, the universe, he, she, Allah, Buddha, whatever. When you tap into that, you don't have to keep going back and praying for something that you're not even aware of. You don't even know how it's going to come back to you because you've only been taught to pray. That's just you asking God for what you want. Meditation is me freeing my mind, focusing in on the one universal mind. Focusing. Just focusing in and listening for my instruction and knowing that this voice is the same voice that leads the birds, leads the bees, opens up the flowers, makes the tide come in, makes the tide go out, makes the sun shine. It's the same God. It's the same universe. And when you stop, when you get the ego out the way, the ego is about you. The ego is your pride. When you get the ego out the way, you see things differently. When you listen to the one source. You see, and I know like people will read the scriptures in the Bible and will say that, God will even take care of the birds. Well, if he'll take care of the birds, would he not take care of you? When you get your ego out the way, will he not take care of you? When you learn to trust through your meditation. So now when the voice, when you get it back, because God works through your subconscious mind. Oh, I'm about to go to another level on you guys. I'm not sure if you're ready for this part yet, but I'm going to hold off. These are the things that have been revealed to me, and this is what changed the things for me. You see, so many of us are listening to people who have their own interpretation of God, and it's not really who God is. It's their version of who God is, but why would it say that faith without works is dead? So does that mean that, number one, there has to be some faith? And number two, there has to be some works? So shouldn't those works manifest and materialize in your life? It's no different than you planting some good seed in some good ground. There's going to be a result. There's going to be a harvest. Somebody don't hear me. There's going to be a harvest
There's going to be something to show for what it is that you say that you are, for what it is that you say that you represent. There has to be a body of work. There has to be a plot of land that started out empty, but now there's a picket fence around it. Now there's everything that I want and everything that I dream and everything that I imagine. Now there's a house full of gold. Now there's many mansions out there. Now there's this white fence around, and now I have the dog and the cow and the perfect, not perfect, but perfect for me. I have the wife, I have the husband, I have everything that I need because I've put the work in and I've created it. When you learn how to take your God-given abilities and create, when you learn how to create, when you learn the power that you have inside of you from the assignment, from the purpose that was there from the beginning, and from the beginning, I'm telling you that it was put inside of you from God, and I'm telling you that you've never been separated from the love of God. I'm telling you that you've never been separated from the love of God. I'm telling you that you've never, ever been separated from the love of God. I'm asking you, I'm telling you to read up on the Council of Nicaea. I'm telling you that the things that you think that are just God inspired has been changed all around on you. It's been flip-flopped and flim-flammed on you. I'm telling you. I think that's it for today. I think that's it. I think I did a good job today. I think I gave you some real estate knowledge that'll change your life. I think I gave you some personal development that will change your life. You want to hear this from a different perspective? Check out Jennifer's YouTube. Check out Jennifer West Granahan's YouTube channel. Check out LaToya's YouTube channel. Check out Mary Chapman's YouTube channel. Check it out. Hear it from different perspectives. One God, one message. And see how it applies differently in other people's life, because the same way that he did it for this one, he's not going to do it for this one. People, they're laying down their body of work. I'm showing them how to do it. I'm showing you what I did to start creating the money, to be able to do what I want, to be able to bless the people that I want, to be able to move. There's no mobility in poverty, guys. So we got to rise up from that. You just can't keep talking about be the lender and not the borrower, be the lender and not the borrower, be the lender and not the borrower, and then when I show you how to be the lender and not the borrower, you don't sign up. It's got to be more than just talk and looking good and hats and pearls on Sundays. I'm going to get some land. I'm going to buy land in different places. I'm going to have institutions, spiritual awakening institutions built. Teaching leaders how to be leaders, teaching men how to be men, showing you how to pull your pants up, showing you how your belt works. I'm going to show you we're going to show men how their belt is supposed to work. Stop walking around here looking like everybody else, being a sheep, just walking off the end of the mountain. Jump, don't know what's going on, looking like everybody else. Raise your standards. Women, stop walking around with men who won't pull their pants up. What does that say about you? Your draw showing and his draw showing. Who? What? And you want to be taken serious? You're an entrepreneur? Or you don't get opportunities, you don't get breaks? I wonder why. Wonder why when they go and look at your Facebook page. I'm just saying. Hey, Jennifer, you're going to lead with me. You're going to teach with me tonight in the group, right? Take those success from the conversation we had, which you put up in the group yesterday, the success that you've already had, you got to teach. Yeah, put you on the spot. You got to teach it. 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 That's what leaders do. And at the end of the day, remember this. Losers focus on winners. Losers focus on winners. Winners focus on winning. At the end of the day, winners just win. And they're very, very good at it. No matter what adversity comes their way, we're going to bounce back. Every time an adversity comes, I bounce back. And every time, if you really think about it, every time an adversity has come in your life, you've bounced back too. So why would you think that you can't do it on the highest level possible? Stop playing the game just to survive. Like, you can't play a game on defense. You gotta play the game on offense. You gotta be around some people that have the playbook for you to play the game on offense so that you can win. Yeah, we need a strong defense, but you gotta have a powerful offense too. Because you can't win unless you can score. That's right. Winners focus on winning. Losers focus on winners. So that's why I have all of the haters. That's why you guys have your haters. You don't know that? You have haters because you're a winner. You have haters because you're a champion. You have haters because you're a leader of the field. And they're watching you. And they got something to say. But losers focus on winners. Winners focus on winning. Winners focus on the game plan. Winners focus on ideas. Winners focus on community, making a difference, standing out, being creative. So if someone is coming to you and they're telling you something about someone else, you know that they're a loser. And I hate to say it like that, but that's real and raw. Because they don't have to be a loser. They're choosing to be losers. We have the same two plots in life, the same two envelopes to choose from. You can choose to take this envelope that says riches, wealth, prosperity, health, happiness, kindness, joy, and all the fruits of the Spirit. Or some of us just choose this envelope: pain, suffering, poverty, unhappiness, bad health. We all have a choice. I'm telling the people in my group that I've been down, this is the envelope that seems to work for me. Yes, Mary, the cream always rises to the top. In this envelope, I actually tried both of them. And when I did it this way, it just wasn't working for me. When I choose to do this one, and attract the happiness and work the laws of success and learn how to create and design the life of my dreams and live heaven right here on earth, right now. When I chose this one, this is what happened. And on our new site, guys, you'll see stories from thousands and thousands of people, millions of people that have done something different, that have transformed from black sheep to black lion. See, sheep is timid. Sheep is timid. You don't want to be the little timid sheep. Right? You don't want to be that little timid sheep walking around. You want to be that strong. You want to be that strong lion. That strong lion. That's who you are. That's what's inside of you. That's what's inside of you, and I want you to know this. You gotta know it. You gotta catch this. Somebody's gotta catch it. If you're in an environment, if you are the person that makes you feel less than, if you are the person that antagonizes you, that reminds you of your past, that tells you that you can't go nowhere, that won't allow you to fly, that just is happy in your misery, that they can control you, get away from them. I don't care what their name is, what their title is, what their role is, husband, wife, aunt, uncle, grandmother. And if it is the spouse, if it is that husband, if it is that wife, Jennifer West Grenahan said it best. You could very well be sleeping with the enemy. Not the mythical one with the horns and the pitchfork. The real one right next to you as you turn over. The real one that you... Okay, the real one that you're making love to. And now he's transferring that energy into you. That same negative energy into you. And you can't wonder why. You wonder why you can't escape it. Ooh, did we just go deep? I'm talking coal miner deep. Where's my hat? Latoya, where's my hat that Boogaloo had on? Where's the construction hat at? Because this is coal miner deep right now. Coal miner deep. I'll let Jennifer roll on that one. All right? What you're doing when you're allowing people, women, when you're allowing these men to enter your body and they're not right. It's negative energy. They don't have a plan. They don't know which way they're going. They're frustrated. They're angry. What do you think you're receiving? Okay, at this point, the Monday morning quarterbacks are going to come out. Do you believe he said this? That's the devil. That's the famous one. When you can't sit down and really have a conversation, you can't sit down with me and we have real dialect and you tell me about what you think and I tell you about what I think and I listen to you, not listening to come back, but listening to understand. And people can't do that these days. They don't do it. They're quick to judge because, once again, they only know what they know. This is the thing about that. When you think you know everything, number one, you're killing yourself and you're gonna get hurt. You're gonna get hurt. But when you think that you know everything, number one, you're canceling out all learning, right? And that's a bad position to be in. And some people just gotta, you ever meet somebody, they just gotta be the smartest one in the group? I got this. They know everything. You said, oh, I know that. Oh, no, no. They know everything. But I just sit back and I listen. And I learn while I'm listening. So I don't even got to say nothing. I just lost my train of thought. Like Jennifer. She's like, oh, what was I saying? Yeah, I do the same thing. And speaking of that, let's just talk about this. Whatever I was saying, it wasn't meant to happen right now. Being perfect. So many of you guys cannot walk into your destiny because you think that you have to know it all. You think that you have to be perfect. See, number one, that's never going to happen because you're never going to know it all. So if you're waiting until you know it all, you're putting your success on layaway. If you're waiting to know it all, you're putting your success on layaway. Now, because of the fact that you are putting your success on layaway, you won't take the time to work today to work now. In order to get now, the success just gets further and further and further away. One of the things that Henry Ford said was, if he waited for his engineers, that there would never have been a Ford car out on the streets. Because the engineers, it's still not good enough. Oh, I can do this. Oh, I think I can do that. Guys, you got to understand that you have to put your product out today as it is to get in motion. You got to get in motion because energy in motion stays in motion. And you can tweak it along the way. But you got to get started. You have to get started. Yeah, that perfection. Listen, I do things wrong all the time. Even speaking here, it's things that I can hear myself doing it wrong. But what am I going to stop and be, we got to shut this live down because I made a mistake. Well, you want to know that I do make mistakes because now we have something in common, right? Now you know this dude is real because I heard what he said. He messed that word up. You know, even my ex, she's a smart, oh my God, one of the smartest women that I've ever met in my life. But she's this perfectionist, right? And she falls into this analysis of paralysis where she's second guessing herself, third guessing herself. Shit, she 100 guesses herself, if that's even real. I don't know, I make up words along the way. That's right, it's all about the tweak. And, that comes from our school system. It comes from us thinking from church, religion. You guys have a lot to do with it also because you're making people think that they have to be this perfect thing. And this is why when they backslide, they don't come back to church because they're fearing this wrath of God. But how can the wrath of God come when it's 100% love? If God is 100% love, the way that you live your life, God is this thing that's 100% love. How does please, anybody, pastor, minister, I'm asking you, because I'm not a great theologian. I just know what comes to me from God, and I know that it's God. And I just want to know, how can 100% love kill itself? How can 100% love anger? 100% love. 1,000,000% love. Love that we've never known. Hey, you've never known the love of God. If you think that your love is something, you'll never know the love of God. It's 1,000,000,000 times more than what you have. Well, how can 100%, 1,000,000,000%, how can 100% love anger? How can 100% love send you to death? How can 100%? There's something that's not right in the Bible. There's something that's been changed around. And we know that it's the Council of Nicaea. That's where it started. We know that it was the Council of Chalcedon. That's where it started. So when these guys just start coming in and telling the truth and being like, look, okay, we did this. We made some money for a long, long time. You know, we took advantage of it. We know what the Roman Catholic Church did. And yeah. Okay, we're sorry. Blah, blah, blah. Can we move forward? Let's teach the truth. Let's all come together. Now you're going to have humongous super churches, so humongous super entrepreneur centers. You're going to get so much people because people just want to know the real. People want to hear the truth. See, there's certain people out there that are telling the truth. Dr. Ray Hagins is telling the truth. Ex-pastor Kevin Wesley is telling the truth. Dr. Kiera Teller, they're telling the truth. And there's so many people that have even reached out to me like, dude, I'm so glad that somebody who's not afraid to talk, that's not afraid to stand, that'll bring this out on seminar sets, that will stand up in front of anybody and say, listen, this is what it is. This is what we feel. I want to be a representative for you. I want to be a representative for you. See, but it's really hard to do these things or to stand up or to have people take you serious when they know that you're broken, when they know that you're in bondage, when they know that you're in poverty. You feel it yourself. You're like, man, I can't say nothing. Man, this doesn't mean anything. Man, my confidence is low now. Man, I need somebody to stand up. I need to know that there are other people like me who are going through the same thing that I'm going, that want to seek this truth, because we know our spirit tells us that this is not right. Sometimes you'll agree with me. Sometimes you'll get pissed. But remember, when you're agreeing with me, I'm speaking truth. When you're pissed at what I said, I'm still speaking truth. It doesn't change. And if I'm wrong, show me. Show me how 100% pure love can destroy itself. Show me. Explain that one to me. I'm not Albert Einstein. I'm not SpongeBob either. Explain that one to me. And real talk, I've had meetings with pastors and bishops. And when I said that, they went like this. Oh, you're causing confusion. I got a meeting to go to. The church isn't a business. I said, well, why is it registered with the Secretary of State like my business? Public doesn't even know. You can, as a nonprofit, you can ask to see the records, to see the, and one of these guys asked me, real talk, I'm not going to say their name, but one of these guys asked me to donate $5,000 to them back when I was in Connecticut. And I said to them, well, I need to see your books. Mom, you need to see my books? Yeah. I need to know that you're a good steward with your money. Oh, that's good. I can show you my books. Why not? You're a nonprofit. You don't own this. The community owns it. You know how far he got away from me? I'm telling you, it's not knowledge that's power. It's applied knowledge that's power. That's why they wanted to see me fail. That's why not all of them, a lot of them wanted to see me burn. Because I was making them burn when I was putting that truth and that fire in their face. So I know already that the stuff that I went through in my own personal journey, a lot of people from the church were spreading it around when I got arrested and they went through that whole trial, right? People from the church was like, here, see, this guy's no good. And that's something. Like, they in my hometown, like they tried to burn me and bury me. And it's funny when like true friends show you the emails that the church people are passing around. That's why I have my ideas, and Oh my God,
almost 2 hours. Thank you guys. I said this, but I feel the deja vu, you know. Thank you for hanging out with me. I'm like B-Rad from, what's his name? Malibu's Most Wanted. I got something to say, y'all. B-Rad. That was a funny movie. Anybody watch Malibu's Most Wanted? Jamie Kennedy? Oh, I mean, every time I look at it, like I'm tears coming down my eyes and laughter. You know? I'm not Brad, I'm B-Rad. I got something to say, yo. You know? And we all have something to say, and we all have some power. We all need to let our voices be known, and we all need to let our gifts, allow our gifts to shine. And that's what we're doing in Pieces of a Dream. We have other components. Jones Capital Group, Truly Made a Difference, Legacy Reign, and more people will set up their businesses and be a part of what it is, and we tap in on each other and we support each other and get this whole thing out there so that we can have the abundant side, so we can live right now the way that we're supposed to live. We're not supposed to live like you see the house down there in Georgia. That no one should have to live like that. And I'm not just going to sit back talking about it. I'm going to do something about it. Right? That's what we do. We do something about it. We walk the walk. Even if we don't have it all figured out, we stand up, we walk the walk, because that's what a black lion does. So with that being said, my stomach is growling. My mouth is dry. Even though I'm drinking this water, my mouth is still dry. So, for those reasons, I'd love to hear your feedback. Even after I get off of this, I'll respond back to you guys. But for those reasons that I just stated, hey Jake, make sure did you do your Delta thing? You're going to meet me down in Atlanta. John, I'll see you tomorrow. Let me know what time your flight gets in. Email me. Jennifer, you're rocking it with those Craigslist leads. I love it. I love it. I love it. Mary, man, I see everything that you're doing. I see your faith. I see your courage. I see your confidence just growing. I can see this black sheep just letting go of that wool, and I see this black lion just coming out, and I can see the mane growing, you know. Even though I think the mane is for the males, but still, I see it. I see it, right? Latoya, man, I see you smashing. I see you bringing your dreams to life. John, you're my silent assassin over there. I know you're coming through, and me and you are doing some things on the back end. Miguel, man, I see it. I love it, man. We've come so far in such a short time. You know, everybody else, even if I don't mention a name right now, like I see it. I see it. I see it. I see it. Everything. I see everything. All right. So with that being said, Jake, give me a call. As soon as I get off, give me a call, Jake. We'll work that thing out. Make sure you set up right on the Sky Miles and flights and all that stuff. Start storing up your miles, those miles land. We're going to get 1 million miles together on Delta, right? Start getting free perks, upgrades, travel, blah, 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 whatever. I can't wait to come out to California with Anton, San Diego. I can't wait to go out to Raleigh. Like I've always wanted to get in California. Actually, I flipped a deal in California before. Bakersfield, California. I don't know where that is. In respect to, I forget, where's Antoine? San Diego? I don't know. Anyway, I can't wait to come out to Long Island. I can't wait to go back home to Connecticut. Jennifer, if I spend that time with you like me and Marcus did, maybe me and Marcus will both come out and check you out, all right? And really put the things together on the back end that will speed it up, put you on like 3 days and nobody can touch you. You know what I mean? So this is what it's all about. I have so much joy in doing what I do, and I love my life and I love myself. And I wasn't always there. I wasn't always loving myself. I was looking for love from outside sources, where it was from a mother, from a girlfriend, you know, from kids, from no matter what. But now none of that matters. Even if I don't feel it or get it, I know that I get it from myself because the level is so high. And now I know who I am. So now I know that I know God. And I want everybody to feel this. I want everybody to experience this. Because it's a wonderful feeling to know that you're not broken, to know that there are really people that will help you live your dream out loud. It's not expecting nothing from you, not setting you up for the next upsell, you know, that will give you the opportunity to be the source and not be sold. You
You know what I mean? But understanding there's still expenses that we have to pay for business. Any business has an expense. So if you're coming through and you get an opportunity to become a partner in what we're doing, yes, there's expenses, but no upsells. We sell to everybody else, right? We sell to everybody else. Now you're part of the juggernaut. You're part of the system. Now we're seminar partners. Now we're building a lifelong relationship, a lifetime relationship. You know, like we'll be there like when your kids have their 16th anniversary, 16th birthday party or whatever, you know, when you're having new kids or having your bar mitzvah or your christening or whatever, just to know that you have real people on your side, that, you know, money's not a problem. Money's not an issue. We can have net worth conversations. Net worth conversations. We need to have net worth conversations. We need to build portfolios. We need to think like a bank. We need to come up. No mobility in poverty, guys. One thing Mr. Schwab told me, he said, you know, you always want to help other people. Yeah, I want to help the poor. Well, the way you help the poor is by not being one of them. What day should I be looking for? You know what, John? You make it happen. I just like to keep, right now we're looking for the May. We're going to do May for Atlanta. And let's just say the end of June for Dallas. As long as they're 30 days apart, I just want to have time for more marketing in between. And as we get our stuff up and running with the sites and everything and testimonials for people and all that stuff. So, you know, I'll show you how to tap into the databases for the people who are in Dallas that are seminar junkies, or, you know, we know that they make at least $200,000 a year, blah, 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 blah. Yes, net worth talk, Jake. Want to have net worth. So many times in our community, like, nobody wants to talk about money. Well, why do you think nobody wants to talk about money? Because they don't have none, or they have very little. But what if I could show you how to take that and turn it around and show you how to make your bank account look like your phone number? That's what's up, right? That's what's up. So that being said, I'm going to leave you on that. Start learning how to have some net worth conversations. Also, and we'll talk about this later on in the group too, but this is the guys who are with me in Jones Capital Group. This is, you're coming together to learn different strategies and things, but it's for your business. So don't wait around. Start building people. Get your own proteges. We'll talk about that more tonight, because I know that I'm going to have to help with training and all that stuff, but we'll show you some secrets and some tips that, you know, I do with cream, right? So that being said, have a great day. Have an awesome sauce day. Treat this day as if it's your last day. Kill it, crush it, whatever it is that you do for a living. Be the absolute best. Let people look at you and be like, where are you from? Be blessings to other people. Spread love. Stop the separation. We've already been through segregation. We fought that for too long. You can't keep having that in religious places. Religious places, we got to drop the religion. We got to get to connection with God. We got to stop doing things that don't matter. We got to stop idolizing man.